Some friends and I used to be in an elementary school together that had recently shut down. When we heard the school shut down, we all decided to check out our neighborhood school. This idea got my friends and I very excited. We agreed to show up at the school around 11:30 p.m. The night we chose to do this was ironically raining heavily with the occasional sounds of thunder, which made it a bit more unsettling. Our meeting spot was the playground, which all of us showed up at. Now we just had to find a way into the school. After searching around the property, one of my friends found an unlocked window that led to the main office. All of us climbed inside the school from the unlocked window. Getting inside that school was a little unnerving. It was very dark in there, and you could barely see where you were going. But some of my friends had a couple of flashlights, so we were fine. The main office was trashed. There were papers everywhere, with broken printers and other pieces of technology scattered around the room. Every time one of my friends would flash his light into a new direction of the office, I was afraid the light would land on a person or something even worse. The main office led to the main part of the school. In the main part of the school, it had a hallway to the left of you and a hallway to the right of you, and straight ahead from the office was the library. Trying to get into the library didn't work. The door was locked. So we decided to go down the hallway to the left of us. Flashing that light down the dark, far, quiet hallway startled me. While walking down the hallway, we all suddenly stopped in our tracks looking at what we just saw. At the end of the hall, we saw a very tall figure that appeared to be a woman. She had long blonde hair and she wore a torn-up, dirty wedding dress. We were about 10 feet away from her. But when the flashlight landed on the woman, she quickly ran into a classroom. It was very odd. My friends and I were very afraid. Why was this woman with a wedding dress standing there in this abandoned school, just staring at us? We just stood there waiting for anything to happen. Standing in that very dark hallway for 3 minutes felt like 20. Ring! Suddenly, the school fire bells went off, making us sprint as fast as we could back to that main office window. As we were running, the lights aggressively flickered, making it harder to see. It was like someone was flicking the light switch as fast as they possibly could, making the lights abruptly switch on and off. It terrified us. Then we rushed into the main office. When we were in there, one of my friends yelled, "Oh, shit!" I looked to see what he was looking at, and what I saw made me lose it. Behind us in the main office was the same woman. She was now closer. Her hair covered her eyes, but that wasn't the scariest part. The scariest part was her mouth. This woman's mouth was unnaturally wide. It would be impossible for any human to open their mouth as wide as this woman's mouth. She was still staring at us, but with a creepy giggling. All of us screamed when we saw this disturbing woman. We got out of that window so fast and made it outside. By the time we got outside, someone already had called the cops because of the fire bell, and my friends and I were caught. We told the cops there was someone else in the school and to go get them. 6 cops entered the school looking for the woman that we encountered. After about 30 minutes, the cops came out of the building looking unsettled. While I was in the car, I could hear the 6 cops that entered the building telling the other cops that there was very unusual activity in that school. 15 minutes later, we were escorted home by the police. My friends and I were all grounded for a long time, but we didn't tell our parents or anyone about the woman we saw. I still remember exactly how that woman looked.